had it, what, 3 laps in a row now, down towards Rouge, with the cars being absolutely together. That is brilliant racing, and another car off. It is the 991 Porsche. It's at the top of Rouge, and that is the Renault car, is it not? 991. It's going to be a full course yellow, I would fear, to sort this out. So yet again, the circuit bites. Daniel Alaman is the driver. Oh, big damage, John.
Oh, that is a serious accident. I mean, the front of the car, the right front suspension ripped off. Basically, the bulk, all the damage is back to the front bulkhead and the rear of the car. So that has gone in extremely heavily, front and rear. And the amount of debris on the racetrack is going to take some time. I mean, there'll be a full course yellow, I would have thought, instantly.
So full course yellow.
4, 3, 2, 1, full course yellow now.
Another full course yellow. 991 is off the road, and the car is very badly damaged indeed. So that's another one to cross off the entry list, I'm afraid.
Damage that's going to take, again, a period of time. There we see him out of the car. He's been checked by the medical crew. So I'm sure he does not want to go and have a look at the right front of that car.
Well, there's not much left to look at, and there's another car involved, isn't there? That's one of the Barwell Lamborghinis that has stopped. Now, is that 78, which was leading the Silver Cup? It is. That's your Silver Cup leader that's been involved in it, Alex McDowell, standing by the side of the car. But this is significant, A, because you've lost the Porsche, but B, you've lost the Silver Cup leader. Now, let's try and have a look at it. Was it 1 into 2? An Aston spins, and it's a spin behind. Look, the Aston's gone around. The Porsche has spun behind it, almost in sympathy. And back.
Yes. So where did the Lamborghini come off? Is this piled in? Oh, there we go. That's what's happened. That's why the Lamborghini tried to squeeze through between the barriers and the rear of the Porsche. Wasn't enough room. So here's the view. I mean, the Aston, a massive spin for the Aston. Yeah. The Porsche manages to get round that. Then, I mean, we've seen this happen before at Radio when a car. Well, look at the bodywork. I mean, there's so much debris in the racetrack. And then the Lamborghini tried to squeeze around between the tail of the Porsche and the tire bales, and it just wasn't space. There was a closing gap, and that's taken the Lamborghini out as well. Well, Lamborghini, why he chose to take that route, he probably thought in the split second that he had available. Look, I mean, the right front suspension totally and utterly ripped off. The back of the car heavily damaged likewise, but nowhere nearly so severe. I mean, the basic shell of the Porsche can go back to a jig and be reconstituted, but I've never seen a front wheel ripped off a race car, certainly a GT3 car, quite like that. I mean, that's been plucked off as if it was like a wishbone on a chicken. Almost exploded. And Lind tried once again and see, here's the Aston losing it. Now, while that happened, and the Fricatelli Porsche manages, it did the same thing as the Lamborghini. Now watch because the Porsche just rolling back. And of course, there's a closing gap. There's nothing. Once McDowell was committed to doing what he did, which at the time he decided to do it, probably there was a sufficient gap. But the Porsche then started to roll back, and the judgment was just, there he goes, no space. Right front, right rear, the Lamborghini. And as that one plucked the wheel off the Porsche, actually,